I am grilling a chicken breast for tonight's dinner. It's going to be a rice salad. So I figured I defrosted that. I had it in the freezer, and I'm just going to throw it into the Baby George and grill it real quick. You could also use, I believe you can get frozen chicken strips and defrost those and use those directly. Or usually I use leftover chicken from when we get barbecue chicken, grilled chicken, or a rotisserie chicken, I guess it's called. Then we have leftovers, and then I use that for the salad. But right now I didn't have any, and I'm just using a chicken breast. The Baby George finished with the grilling. I'm taking this out. First up, we are just cutting up the chicken in small pieces. Strips, or whatever you like, however you like to do it. Finished cutting up the chicken in pieces. Now we are putting it in a bowl. I already cooked approximately, I cooked the rice. So when it was not cooked, I used about 1.5 cups of dry rice. I don't know what you call it, uncooked, and then 3 cups of water. And we're putting this in with the chicken. The rice is still pretty hot, but by the time you're going to eat dinner, obviously it's going to be cold. So this is a nice hot summer evening dinner, actually, because you're going to eat it cold. I have a similar version for winter days where it's hot, you eat it hot, but this you're going to be eating cold. So you just kind of mix it in. In the next step, we're going to need, where did I put it? Oh, here we go. We are going to add mixed fruit, and I am going to drain the fruit. I prepared a glass. I like to save the syrup, because if the salad gets too dry, then I'll add in, oops, half of the fruit's coming out. Usually I use a smaller can and add more fresh fruit. You can do whatever you like. This time I'm using a larger can because I'm not going to be adding any fresh fruit. I will add a banana, but that's it. All right, so this is empty. I'm always fighting with the can. I'm only going to put in, for meat today, chicken. If you have, let's say, this would be also a great way to use up leftover cold cuts. So let's say if you had some, leftover ham cold cuts, you could also use ham. Or you could make this dish with ham, not just chicken. I have used it with, made it with ham before. We're going to mix this up again. We're also going to add in about, what is that, 1/3 of a squeezed lemon. You can just use regular, what is it called? The lemon in the plastic container. Forgot what it's called in English. But I have this lemon left over from another cooking project, so I'm just gonna use that lemon up. In the next step, you could chop up, this is the back of the glass, where's the front? Here we go. You could chop up some pickles, or what I'm going to use today is I'm just going to use sweet relish. Again, about 2 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon, more or less, whatever you like. I just realized I had the camera setting on double. I hope it didn't mess up my whole video. In like a double zoom rather than the regular. Because I kept thinking, why is it always so big in the picture? Now I know. All right. So we mix in the relish. And now we're getting ready for the dressing. For the dressing, we are doing our good old mayonnaise. I'm using the olive oil based. You can use any mayonnaise you like. Your favorite one. I think we're going to use at least 2 tablespoons. We're also going to use our good old sour cream. You could use regular heavy whipped cream. It's tough to open. You know, we were already struggling with that the other day when we used it. All right, so we use about 1 tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. And now this is actually key. We use 2 tablespoons of curry powder. And this might surprise you, but in Switzerland, we do eat a lot of curry. I don't know how this came about, but it is a very popular spice mix. And in fact, it is so popular that in Switzerland, you can even get curry-flavored potato chips. So I have a lot of curry-flavored recipes. And also, the other thing is I decided I have a little bit of heavy whipping cream left, so I'm just going to use that up as well to hopefully make the dressing a little bit more liquid. And we're really not adding any extra salt. I did not show you how to cook the rice, but I assume we all know how to cook rice. So I did put a little bit, the reason why I mention it is because I did put a little bit of salt into the rice when I was cooking it. All right, so this comes out nice and liquidy. And now we are adding this to the rice salad as the dressing. And we are mixing this up quite good now. In our next step, we are slicing in a banana. First, of course, we peel it. And I just do this like that over. And again, mixing this in. So this is the last ingredients that we're mixing in. And we have one more final ingredient to go, and then we are pretty much done with dinner. Now the last ingredient that I promised we're going to put in is almond slivers or slices, sliced almonds. So we're putting in about a handful. And of course we are roasting them a little bit. Make sure when you're roasting the almonds that you constantly stir, because otherwise they burn very easily. I mean, it's one of these things. It doesn't do anything, and before you know it, it turns black and it's charcoal. So have to be careful. And I don't use any oil or nothing, because the almonds have enough oil. So you can roast the almonds just like that in the pan. It's definitely starting to turn brown. It's also starting to smell really nice, like roasted nuts, which is always a great smell, or at least I love it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and get a tripod. It's very difficult to use the body camera. Occasionally it's okay, but to film the entire time with the body cameras, I find it difficult. So, all right, so let's turn this off. Let me put the glove on here. All right, and we are just pouring this over. We're stretching this out a little bit more, and I think we're pretty much done. If you're still with me, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.